thank you for joining us at the Churchill County Museum for our spring lecture series. We're excited to bring a new season of engaging talks that highlight the history, culture, and stories of our region. Your support helps keep these stories alive, and we're glad you're here with us today. Tonight, we're pleased to welcome Steven Blais to the Churchill County Museum Spring Lecture Series. Steven is a seasoned singer and songwriter with more than 20 years of professional musical experience. And at the heart of his work is storytelling through songs. Drawing inspiration from artists like Jason Isbell and Jackson Brown, he blends heartfelt original songs with captivating covers, showcasing his talent on both guitar and vocals. After spending 3 years as a traveling musician, touring the Western United States and Europe, Steven has returned to his roots and now enjoys performing right here in Northern Nevada. Please join me in welcoming Steven Blais.
So she kind of touched on some of the stuff. I really, with this lecture series, I'm kind of just going to highlight storytelling through songwriting. I've got just a brief background. I've been playing guitar for 36 years. I've been singing as a songwriter for 18. So I'm a guitarist first and foremost, and then a songwriter second, and then lastly a singer. So that's kind of how I prioritize my stuff. So I'm going to do 2 songs for you guys real quick. And I kind of broke up. I'm doing 5 songs tonight. I've kind of broken them up into how those songs were written because I think that's kind of important. So the first 2 songs I'm going to do are called The Flood and Terry Lee. The Flood came to me in a dream. And so I kind of wanted to focus on the idea of, if you guys are familiar with it, with channeling. I'm a big Stephen King fan, and he always talks about the fact that he doesn't really write his own books. It's actually just channeling somebody else, and that's kind of how these 2 songs were. The Flood and Terry Lee kind of came to me just completely by pure, I was some outside source. The Flood I got from a dream, and I wrote it when I woke up in the middle of the night, and it took me like 15 minutes to write it. And then Terry Lee, of course, is another one that I kind of channeled. I wrote it in 30 minutes. I'm a helicopter mechanic by trade, an aircraft mechanic. And I was working in a hangar where there's helicopters, and the song just kind of came to me because of the helicopters. So it just kind of, they come out of nowhere. So it's just kind of, this is one of those types of writing when it comes to songwriting. These 2 songs came out of nowhere and they became songs. So this first one's called The Flood. Build a boat for us and we'll swim it out to sea. A little space for you and I, just enough to eat. There's a flood coming in, we're all heathens anyway. All these idiots around, they won't make it through the day. But we can make it through the day. Black clouds above, rain starts to fall. People shouting at each other, building up their walls. When it's only you and I, will it be easier to see? just too big. Couples drowning around us, begging us to let them in. We've got this we can make it, after we can swim. I know that we can take it, baby's not the end. Build a boat for us and we'll swim it out to sea. There's some biblical references in the song a little bit there. Spoiler alert, in my dream, we actually drowned. So I don't know, it was kind of... This one's called Terry Lane. He was young, but not too young for war. Many miles away from that country store. How his mama cried the day he left, waved goodbye. Terry said, be still tonight, going home. Well, I'm coming home. They got so long, far away from the place he knew his home. All his buddies were all the same, he missed their friends and families. Terry said, be still tonight, we're going home. He was only 23, so much left in the world to see. Small town boy named Terry. He had the world in the palm of his hand, just trying to be a man. Sergeant First Class Terry Lee, Terry Lee. Bullets cried and the sirens wailed. Squad returning fire like it's Judgment Day. Bright flash of light across the sky, random strike. Terry fell, be still tonight, you're going home. He was only 23, so much left in the world to see. Small town boy named Terry Lee. Had the world in the palm of his hands, just trying to be a man. Sergeant First Class Terry Lee, Terry Lee. He was young, but not too young for war. Now he's coming home to that country stew. Now his mama cried the day they laid him in the ground. Terry said, be still tonight, going home. Be still tonight, going home. Well, I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm finally home. So as I said, Terry Lee, I wrote rather quickly. It was like channeling. So it's hard to talk about songwriting, how I wrote those songs, because I don't really feel like I did, aside from crafting a few words here and there. I'm a big stickler for making sure that verses flow. Not so much, not that they rhyme, but that the syllables it kind of rolls off. You know, it really kind of helps to have a story be told when there's no rough edges. I like to kind of burnish those off a little bit. I feel like it, you know, when the words kind of roll off your tongue, you know, and they kind of hit your ears, and there's no, you know, extra syllables or that kind of crammed in there. It kind of, you know, really, I think that kind of touches people a bit. Terry Lee has definitely been, that's one of my first songs. It was on the radio. It's definitely touched a lot of people. Had a lot of intimate experiences with people in regards to that song, where people have come and talked to me, which I kind of feel, you know, everybody loves music, I think. And I've yet to meet somebody that doesn't love some type of music. And I've always found that playing in intimate settings where it's a listening room experience, that song definitely strikes a chord with some people. Same with The Flood as well too, which again, like I said, came to me in a dream. I used to do that as a duet with my ex-wife, and that one kind of hit a lot of people as well too, because it's there's some metaphors that are in there. The idea about the flood is that the song was really a metaphor for divorce, is what it was. And so, you know, there's a bridge, and the bridge is, you know, the waves get bad, couples are begging to be let in. You know, that's kind of what that was. So it was amazing that it just kind of came to me in a dream, and it kind of worked out really well. So it's how it was. These next two songs that I wanted to play, and thank you, first of all, thank you so much for listening and coming out. I appreciate it. I feel very honored. I mean, I'm just a dude, so I appreciate the fact that you guys actually want to listen. So thank you. Especially my original songs. I spent a lot of time gigging last year and playing 3-hour gigs where I'm playing a lot of covers for people, and nobody wants to hear an original. So I appreciate you guys actually enjoying it. So thank you. You know, anybody can do this. I've been writing songs. I was writing poetry before I was writing songs, and I mean, you know, if you've got some words to say, I feel like we all like to connect. You know, and music is a really good way, especially with lyrics, is a good way to connect with people. So these next two songs are 17 and Thread. The first song is another story song. I'm big on doing these story songs, and granted, it's not from personal experience, it's just kind of, you know, just taking in external stimuli or whatever. This next song is about a young lady running away from home to make it big in the music industry. And I did a lot of research into the Nashville music scene in Tennessee, and where like people normally busk, and where like the bars are, because I really wanted to make the song be authentic for what her journey was. And so I'm proud of this one, because these next two songs I had to work really hard at making them sound right. They didn't just come to me. They were months long. Like I had the rhythm, you know, I had the melody kind of in my head a little bit, but the words just wouldn't come, and I would have just toil over lyric after lyric to make sure that it all kind of made sense and there was no fluff. You know, so 17 was a lot of work, and the second song after that is a bit of a sad one. It's called Thread, which is about my divorce from my wife. And it's I'm very proud of it, because I took words that her and I both said, and I put that in the song. And it's really kind of it's an honest song, which is good. It's actual verbiage that we use, which is kind of nice to be able to do that and turn that phrase. It was a unique opportunity. Plus, it's also cathartic as well too. But they both required a lot of crafting. It wasn't something I did quickly, as opposed to the other two songs I did, which just kind of popped into my head. So yeah. So this first one's 17. The last one I'm going to do for you guys is just in regards to just external stimuli. It's songwriting has always been something that I've taken in different, different types of inspiration, drawn in different inspiration from different types of circumstances, but they've always manifested themselves in different ways, like dreams, like, you know, just something just happening when I hear a helicopter, I write the song, or other things that happen where you have to actually sit and really work on each word to make it work. You know, it's not always an easy thing, but yeah. So you're 17. Thank you again. I appreciate this. Hope you guys like it. from a home at 17. She said out loud, it's not the last you'll be seeing me. She met a boy on the road to Tennessee. It was good for a while, like it's supposed to be. Colors fade like the night fades into the day. Go by so fast, like the wheels on a train. Like the wheels on a train. She got a job selling dreams to lonely men. Money's good, when it's good she forget about them. In the days she'd take a bus down Fifth Avenue with a guitar, a tip jar, her voice, and all the songs she knew. Colors fade like the night fades into the day. Go by so fast, like the wheels on a train. Like the wheels on a train. She knew there'd come a day when the noise in the street fade away. When the money come from a hand not covered in shame. When the lights from the stage would bring joy instead of pain, she'd sing, take me away, take me away. She believed that a day would come around, so she worked hard, so hard on that Nashville sound. In the bar, and every too big gig on the road, you could hear her voice singing soft, so sweet and low. Colors fade like the night fades into the day. They go by so fast, like the wheels on a train. Like the wheels on a train. Like the wheels on a train. She ran away from a home at 17. Appreciate that. That's a funny one. I feel like it's fairly colorful. That's some of the stuff about songwriting. Sometimes they have metaphors, and sometimes you can find a song that is very specific and literal. You can look at it and tell you exactly what you should be looking at. Other times, White Rabbit, right? Jefferson's Starship. There's some really ambiguous stuff out there, but then you can get some songwriters that like James Taylor, for example, who pretty much says it. So you can, same with Bob Dylan for that matter. But there's different things where you can color. Personally, I find that if I color my songs a certain way, it really kind of tends to resonate with people differently. I've done some songs that don't have much color to them, if that makes sense. Not much flavor. It's just kind of a really upbeat, a good time song, but there's nothing really to it. It's kind of a fluffy song, and I don't get much of a reaction from it. But some of the other songs that have some depth to them really kind of seem to hit, like the song I'm about to do right now. This one hits pretty hard. Excuse me real quick. Thank you. Kind of used to playing where the lights are dim, in bars and stuff. This is an interesting experience for me. It's a first. We've been moving through these years like we're walking across broken glass. I've been pouring down these drinks, trying to fill in the gaps. You said you lost yourself somewhere along the way. You changed somehow, somehow stayed the same. We all find ourselves a little lost sometimes. My words never seem to come out right. But I hope in the end that we're strong enough to hang on to this thread that we call love. The seasons change, say only time will tell. Just like people change, sometimes that can't be helped. The future's blank, forever's an open road. When some things break, it's so hard to just let go. 'Cause we all find ourselves a little lost at times, but you buried all of the warning signs. So I hope in the end that we're strong enough to hang on to this thread that we call love. What's done is done. Got time to look on back. I've accepted blame, thrown even more right back. 'Cause you left me holding a broken life. You struggled through, and I know that I've been so blind. So how did you get so lost from me? Slipped through where now we're out of reach. But I hope in the end that I'm strong enough. Let go of that thread that we call love. Let go of that thread that we call love. Thank you very much. I mean, who hasn't been through a breakup, right? That resonates with everybody for the most part. I mean, there's some people that are heartless out there, but we don't talk about those people. Right? Sorrow is always a good, it's always a good linchpin for songs, right? I mean, I feel like whenever anybody's going through something, a breakup or whatever, you really kind of start clutching external sources for answers, right? Signs, things you can identify with, relatable things. And music is always that. I mean, it's always there, So I mean, hell, love songs and breakup songs have been around forever. I'm running a little bit fast here, but I've got my last song for you guys. This last one, I'll do a short introduction for it. This one I wrote. I had to do a little bit of crafting, but not like the other two. I tend to keep a notebook with me at all times. When I dream at night, I'll try to wake up and write whatever I do. But for the most part, it's usually when ideas are hitting me when I'm driving, or I'll put a note on my phone or something to kind of jot down some ideas that happen. But typically for songwriting, for me, they usually start with some type of rhythm, some type of chord structure that happens, and that'll play it over and over in my head. And then over time, that'll just be like an earworm that stays there. And then something will happen. I'll go, oh, that just, the dog just ran across the street, and I'll start to think about, how somebody almost lost their dog, and it's a great song. There's, oh, thank God that didn't happen. Having that structure of having a guitar or piano for that matter. I don't play piano, but some people do. You play really well, by the way. Having that, the music in the background always kind of helps me. I typically start. A lot of people ask me this. How do I usually write a song? Usually, I always have in the background some type of chord formation that's just running in the background, buffering, and then then words will kind of strike me. So it'll be a dream, it'll be imagery. Like I said, the flood hit me in the dream, and it was very vivid. And so that one was a good one to happen from dreams. I've had a few that happen in the dreams, but like these 5 songs right here really kind of have come to me in different ways. And this last song, my former wife and I were traveling abroad in Europe, and we were on trains, airplanes, we were on boats, we were on buses, we were bicycles, all manner of transportation. And so we happened to be in Athens, Greece at an Airbnb, and I've been working on this little chord thing that the Athens, Greece people out there, Grecians. Yeah. So I had a really slow progression going on. I was playing it on the porch, and my former wife was, she's like, you need to speed that up, it's too sad. I was like, oh, okay, because I have a tendency to kind of hang on to sad stuff. I identify with sorrow quite a bit. And so as soon as something just happened, and I was already kind of singing the first lines anyways, get on a boat and sail 1,000 miles a day. It was really slow. Get on a boat, let's sail 1,000 miles a day, I tried. It sounds really sad. She was like, you need to speed that up, let's make it happy. And as soon as that happened, it clicked. And then all the modes of transportation that we had gone through really kind of sunk in, and I just started kind of writing and drawing from all the stuff, all the experience that we'd had over the last couple months or month or whatever that we were on the road. And so years actually for that matter. So a lot of times for me, songwriting just comes just via inspiration and kind of plops out, but it requires some word vomiting. Like you have to write multiple terrible songs. They're not good before you actually write one that's like, oh, that's a really good one, and you just scrap the rest of them. But then you sometimes you harvest some lines from some of them because you're like, but that phrase was really good, and so you grab it and you kind of make it work for something else. And it's kind of what happens. So this song is called Home to You. That's my mom's favorite song, right? Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to me, guys. I really appreciate this. If you guys want to hear anything, so unfortunately, I'm taking most of this year off, buying a house, working at the base, very busy. But I am playing this coming Saturday at the new coffee shop that's opening. It used to be Telegraph. It's now going to be Russian Rhythm. I'll be playing there from 4 to 6. In addition, there'll be a multitude of other talented artists that'll be playing throughout the entire day. I highly recommend you come out and take a look at it. It's a beautiful place, owned by amazing people that are my friends, and the music is going to be fantastic. So just a shameless plug there for this Saturday. Doesn't cost anything to show up. So, anyways, this is Home to You. Thank you again. Thank you very much. way to you, home to you. It's funny how the things that used to matter most to me just fade away. When I'm traveling every mile and every city after city every day. Bypass every other airport, they're all the same. I turn back the hands of time till I couldn't find my way to you, home to you. It's funny how the things that used to matter most to me just fade away. When I'm traveling every mile and every city after city every day. Does with all my songs. Third verse is a lot quieter, a little more intimate. Then I'd walk over the mountains and the rivers I would cross. My boots would fall to pieces, then I'd crawl my way to you, home to you. Yes, I'd crawl home to you. Yes, I'd crawl home to you. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, that one. Obviously, you can hear all the traveling in that one. So that's it for me, Leticia. I know I'm kind of cutting it a little bit short by 5 minutes. You know what? I'll finish up. I'll do one last song for you, if that's okay. If that's all right, is that all right? Are you guys doing all right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you. Well, I started doing the song at the beginning. I wanted to put this in the set, and then this is another song that I had to craft. That took a lot of work, but it's called Wooden Houses, and I was playing it earlier. This will be my last one. This song is about being a traveling musician, because we were on the road living out of a travel trailer for 2.5 years, and traveling the western United States, bouncing from people's driveways to the middle of the desert, to canyons, to, it was pretty amazing. But it was also, we were having to grind and play gigs, and it's not an easy thing. It's not easy. It's romantic, but it's not very spontaneous, because you have to plan where you're going all the time. So I took quite a toll on us. And so this song is kind of about that. It's about having to leave places and how hard it is to be a traveling troubadour. I'll read this. This one's called Wooden Houses. It's actually about the house on Silver Circle a little bit. Places no. Glad to have me, but sometimes I leave before it's time to go. Another lifetime not long ago, when I was weighted down. Pretty house, a yard to grow, a little paper town. hard to settle down. 'Cause road less traveled is a chance I take. Wooden houses, some open space. Road less traveled is a choice I made. 'Cause I'm burning weeds through all this open space. All this open space. All this open space. Ooh. Hate to leave here, but I've got to go. 'Cause I got miles ahead. Keep the light on for me when I'm gone, and I'll be back again. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, Alicia. Mel, thank you for putting this on. I appreciate it. This has been fantastic. It's an excellent brainchild. So thank you for doing this.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you guys for coming. Thank you to Steven for being one of my speakers at my lecture series. Next week we have Christina. She used to work at the Harris Casino, the backstage cabaret part. She's going to talk about her experiences with a couple artists like B.B. King, Jay Leno, Phyllis Diller, my personal favorite. So make sure you guys come next Tuesday at 6 p.m. same time. We have some snacks and refreshments in the back and stuff. And if you guys have any questions for Steven, you guys can ask as well. So thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Well, Steve, I've got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So I've got a dear friend back in Ohio who plays old time music. And I remember one time asking him what songs he's just really sick of being requested. And I thought he might have to think about it for a second, but I mean, he spit out Man of Constant Sorrow and Wagon Wheels. It's like, because he's Appalachia type stuff. And so what songs because people don't necessarily know what they like, but they like what they know.
Mm-hmm.
So what songs do you get requested maybe more frequently than you want to?
I get a lot of Metallica. I play a broad range of covers. I do everything from 90s rap to rock and roll to Taylor Swift. I do a Britney Spears song. I do Beastie Boys. I do James Taylor, John Prine. I do a lot of stuff. So I get a lot of requests, and I also do Wagon Wheel as well too, because I got that requested a bunch of times. But I think my least favorite stuff to be requested is Sublime. But that's because of my age. While I was in the Marine Corps, when I started playing guitar in the beginning, and I wasn't singing yet. Everybody would always ask for Sublime because it was the '90s. So it's like I don't want to hear it. So I purposely not learned any Sublime, and I know I probably should because I'm sure they have some good music, but I just can't do it. That's been Sublime is probably my least favorite request, and then Metallica second because it's really hard to translate that to a guitar, an acoustic guitar. Especially I can't sing like James Hetfield, so he screams, so I can't scream. So yes, ma'am.
Since you're a storyteller, songwriter, have you done any Harry Chapin, or are you familiar with Harry Chapin?
Yeah, I am. No, I Cat Stevens. I do a Cat Stevens tune. I tend to kind of stick with the Father and Son. I tend to stick with the more popular ones because it's usually bar crowds. My story, the ones when I do, when I'm really kind of diving deep into storytellers, there's an artist called Jason, his name is Jason Isbell, and not a lot of people know him. He was the lead singer for Drive By Truckers. He's an amazing songwriter. If you saw the movie Star Is Born with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, Jason Isbell wrote the music. He helped write the music for that. In fact, the band that's playing behind Bradley Cooper is Jason Isbell's band, and the songs that Bradley Cooper does, they're Jason Isbell songs. So he's an amazing songwriter. His lyrics are amazing. He's just incredible. So that's who that's my deep dive. There's some older stuff. Like Nick Drake is one that I really like as far as a songwriter goes, and of course Jeff Buckley is incredible. But as far as like the '70s go, I'm a hard James Taylor fan. Like Right? I mean, I don't know, something in the way. I mean, he really kind of hit it for me. But Harry Chapin's amazing as well too. That's a good question. Yeah, thank you. Any other questions right now?
Are there any songs that you're working on right now, and where are they in the process? And if not, what's some of the recent stuff that you've been working on?
That's an excellent question. So no, I don't have any songs that I'm working on, unfortunately, right now, which is a bummer. I haven't been playing very much because I'm in the process of buying a house. You know, adult grown-up responsibilities take over, and you really can't focus on art. You know, you only have so much creative energy that you can use, and when it's kind of just doled out to working on adult stuff, you can't really do, you know, the things you want to do. So I don't have any new songs that I'm actually kind of working on. I wish I did. I mean, nothing's really been kind of hidden because had so much other stuff buffering in the background. So nothing yet. I mean, aside from learning, there's a couple songs I've been working on as covers because it's always fun to do some really, you know, like I said, I do a Britney Spears song, and it's interesting to have a grown man do it on an acoustic guitar. So that takes a lot of work in itself. You know, so.
What Britney Spears song do you cover?
I do Hit Me Baby One More Time. Because that's I try to do the ones that really kind of, you know, resonate with people. You know, if I did a B-side, it might as well be an original at that point, you know, because nobody's gonna know it. So, you have a question?
I was just wondering, you kind of touched on this, but if you have to practice every day, or you know, that at this point, because it's been 38 years.
Yeah. So I lose my calluses. That's the one thing I do notice. Like that's it. So I've played very little the last couple of weeks. I'm very lucky. I typically don't have to practice. I'm for some reason lyrics kind of come to me, so I can remember a lot of lyrics because it's a pattern. You know, for some reason, if I can get the first word, then I can go the rest of the way. So I'm lucky enough not to do that. There are some songs I do have to practice. Bob Dylan's terrible. I have to practice him all the time because his lyrics sometimes don't make any sense at all. So I can't follow a logical path. But no, I typically don't. When I'm busy with other stuff, I don't practice that often.
I guarantee you'll sing better than Bob Dylan, though.
I don't know.
No.
He's
There's
got
not
a
a Bob Dylan song that's not improved by somebody else singing it.
Well, you know, that's the thing. He has a unique voice. Like, you know, there's something about that. Like, it really kind of, it set him off. I mean, you have to admit that he was the original not the original troubadour, but he was, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that nasally voice really kind of set him apart from everybody else. So it's, you know, you got a sea of people that all sound the same, and then there's this one that sounds like something different. You know, it always kind of hits. You know, ma'am.
Paul said to tell you hi, and which was easier, transitioning from a helicopter mechanic to a musician?
The reason why I was a traveling musician for a few years is because I worked with her husband at Search and Rescue at the hangar on the base, Fallon Search and Rescue, the orange and white helicopters that used to fly around. I painted them, worked on them for 22 years, and the Navy decided to shut us down fairly last minute. And so my former wife and I took that as a sign to do something different with our lives. And so that transition was actually extremely stressful because we had an amazing house, and luckily it had space in the back where we could store our things. And so we stored all of our home goods inside the back shop, and then we rented the house out to some people we knew, and we remodeled an old travel trailer that had water damage, and I rebuilt it, and then we just hit the road, and it was extremely stressful. It was going from a helicopter mechanic to a musician was just, you know, was tough. It was very tough. Coming back off, it's not so bad. It's just not as fun. Thank you. Anything else from anybody? Yes, sir.
I have two questions. Feel free to answer either one or both, or neither. The questions are, what was your most, I'm the greatest songwriter moment ever in the world? And what was that, I'm gonna rage quit on this project?
That's a really good question. Both those are, they're tied together. Yeah, that's, I played, so this is really unique. I've never done this before. This is amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out and listening to my stuff. I mean, not only personal, but it's also like you guys cared enough to listen to somebody else's songs. It's interesting, but I played a long time ago. I played at Walden's Coffee Shop back when it was on Mayberry. And I played a really personal song that I felt like I was the greatest songwriter that night because it was a crowded coffee shop, if you've ever been to that old Walden's. And it was like their second year anniversary, so it was a hell of a party. And I was playing intermission, and I did a couple acoustic songs. I did one of them that was very slow and very pretty. and the place was absolutely silent. It was just like completely silent, and like I could feel like people were just, the vibe was just amazing. It was amazing. Afterwards, some lady came up to me. She had tears in her eyes. She was like, "That song just reminded me of my best friend. She passed away. It was just incredible." Like, it was just awesome. I was like, "Shit, that's really cool." To be able to say something like that and to have like that kind of strong connection with somebody else really hit me. And then probably the moment when I felt like I was gonna hang it up, rage quit, is a lot. Actually, it's very often. And I'll go play an open mic sometimes in Reno, and somebody will just go up there and just be amazing, and I'll be like, what am I doing? Why do people even come out and listen to me? So that self-doubt is, and I think it plagues. I've heard like really famous musicians talk about the same thing. You know, it's not uncommon. There's always somebody better than me. So yeah, all the time. I'm ready to rage quit all the time. Yeah. It's fun. It's intimate, and it's rewarding to be able to write something on occasion, not every time, that actually resonates with another human being. You know, a lot of us walk around in life just kind of making connections, but there's this weird thing with songwriting where you can tell a story that somebody relates to so intimately that it evokes an emotion in them that maybe you didn't even intend to have happen, but that's a very special bond that you can get with somebody else through songwriting. I'm very grateful for it. It's been, if nothing else, I've been able to experience it numerous times, and it's pretty cool. Yeah. Thank you again for listening, you guys. I appreciate it. I'm gonna